The Runaway Donkey and Other Rhymes by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Betty B. Preface. Several of the rhymed stories in this book are true stories, and children may enjoy them the more for knowing that Barney, a real donkey, did run away and play pranks as the rhymes say, that Midget did ride horseback, that the deer did toss the hay to the hungry pony, and that Queen Victoria did restore the bird's nesting place in the old round tower at Windsor. Pony Rollo, too, is a real character, clever and lovable, although some liberties have been taken in the portrayal of him and his doings. Barney Gray is still living, petted by his now grown-up owners and enjoyed by all children who visit the farm to which the donkey came about 20 years ago. And a drive with Barney is quite as likely now as in former days to have unexpected features. The pictures of Barney and some of the other pets have been drawn by Mr. Bridgman from photographs taken expressly for this book. In the belief that such rhymes as are herein offered gratify and increase in children both the love of animals and the sense of humor, this new volume is set forth not only to give pleasure but to contribute what it may to the fostering of these desirable traits. Kindergartners will find here, as in Through the Farmyard Gate, suitable material for kindergarten use. For example, the cumulative rhyme, The Pigeons, and the tracing back rhyme, Who Gives Us Our Thanksgiving Dinner? For courteous permission to use such of these rhymes as have already appeared in print, acknowledgments are made to publishers and periodicals as follows: The Century Company, New York, St. Nicholas; S.E. Casino, Salem, Massachusetts, Little Folks; and Milton Bradley Company, Springfield, Massachusetts, Kindergarten Review. Emilie Poulsson, Boston, Massachusetts, 1905. End of preface. This recording is in the public domain.
The Runaway Donkey by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Gabi. The Runaway Donkey. A sturdy little donkey, all dressed in sober gray, once took it in his long-eared head that he would run away. So, when a little open he saw the stable door, he ran as if he never would come back there any more. Away that donkey galloped, and ran and ran and ran, and ran and ran and ran and ran, and ran and ran and ran. Behind him ran the children, the groom and coachman too, the farmer and the farmer's man, to see what they could do. Some carried whips to whip him, some oats to coax him near, some called, "Come here, you foolish beast," and some, "Come, Barney, dear." But not a whit cared Barney for cross or coaxing word, and clatter, clatter, clatter still his little hoofs were heard. And all across the meadow, and up and over the hill, and through the woods and down the dale he galloped with a will. And into every hayfield, and through the swamp and mire, still Barney ran and ran and ran, as if he'd never tire. His chasers all stopped running, then meek as any lamb did Barney stand as if to say, "Come catch me, here I am." But when one of them started, then Barney started too, as if the chase had just begun, away he swiftly flew. But there's an end to all things, and so the stupid elf, when no one else could capture him, this donkey caught himself. For running in the barnyard, he did not calculate what consequences would befall, and hit the swinging gate. It quickly swung together, down dropped the iron latch. "Oh, Barney Gray, to think that you the runaway should catch!" The children danced with pleasure, the groom roared with delight, the others smiled their broadest smiles, or laughed with all their might. But Barney, naughty Barney, had mischief in him still, for when the laughing coachman tried to lead him up the hill, his donkeyship determined that he would yet have fun, so braced himself and stood stock still as if he weighed a ton. But mighty was the coachman, and pulled with such a will, that Barney soon was being dragged full roughly up the hill. Well, well, at last thought Barney, the coachman is so strong, I might as well be good just now, and so he walked along. And when he reached the stable, and stood within his stall, you'd scarce believe so meek a beast could run away at all. But all the meditations of this meek Barney Gray are only of some future time when he may run away. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Pony Rollo Rhymes, The Pony Needed, by Emilie Poulsson, read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly, May 24th, 2016, Churchill Falls. The Pony Needed. Barney was the children's donkey, full of tricks was he, but no beast of sober merits more beloved could be. Though to tricksy little Barney they were loyal yet, all the children coaxed and pleaded for another pet. Yes, they wanted now a pony, one which they could ride. Ride on Barney? That suggestion shows you never tried. For with double donkey firmness, Barney's mind is set that he never will be ridden, never has been yet. Barney has a plan of action, simple, clear, and bold, and the fate of would-be riders can be well foretold. Puffing, swelling, artful Barney rounds his body out till the strap will scarcely fasten, he has grown so stout. When at last the girth is buckled by the coachman's might, lo, how freely he slips the saddle, which was thought so tight. Since his trick has made the saddle loose and insecure, Barney's face is meek and placid, of success he's sure. When the daring would-be rider mounts the donkey's back, Barney seems resigned, and starting, trots along till whack. Tableau, Barney standing pensive, with a guileless stare. In the dust or mud the rider, how did he get there? Many riders, big and little, many times have tried. No one ever mastered Barney, ever had a ride. And since Barney is so stub, well, firm at any rate, till a pony comes, the children must for riding wait. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Pony Rollo Rhymes, The Pony's Arrival, by Emilie Poulsson, read for LibriVox.org, by Alan Kelly, May 25th, 2016, Churchill Falls. The Pony's Arrival. Here's the pony, here's the pony! Fast the tidings flew, as the longed-for pony trotted up the avenue. And the children, such news hearing, quickly gathered near, saw and loved the pretty creature, voted him a dear. Father, mother, come and see him. Auntie, do come, do. Hurry, nurse, and let the baby see the pony too. Oh, at last we've got a pony, cried the children all. Every one must come to see him. Call the people, call. From the farm and from the garden, from each household nook, men and maids with pleasure hastened at the pet to look. Close around the gentle pony did the children crowd, patting, stroking, gazing, praising, eager, fond, and proud. Near them flocked the grown-up people, with admiring eyes, for 'twas plain the pretty pony was a wondrous prize. Such a shape and such a color, such a mane and tail, legs so slender, hoofs so dainty, words to picture fail. And not only for his beauty did his merit praise, but for all his tricks so clever, and his gentle ways. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Pony Rollo Rhymes. The Pony's Tricks by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly. June 4th, 2016, Churchill Falls. The Pony's Tricks. "Shake hands, Pony," said the coachman. Quickly, at command, Pony placed his forefoot gently in the coachman's hand. "Pony," said the coachman slowly, "I have heard it said that you're fond of oats for supper." Pony bowed his head. "What, another trick? Oh, watch him. Pony, show them now how you like to roll and frolic. Roll, sir, you know how." Down upon the grass went Pony, rolled from side to side. The children watched his capers with delight and pride. In the stable Pony showed them he knew one trick more. With his nose the latch he lifted of the stable door. "Ha, ha," said the coachman gaily, "I'll look out for you. Stable doors by ponies opened? That would never do." "Oh, the cunning little fellow, how much he does know!" Laughed the children, "He's as funny as a circus show." End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Pony Rollo Rhymes. The Pony Named by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly. May 27, Churchill Falls. The Pony Named. With them all, the pretty pony was the theme for days. Parents, children, groom, and coachman joined in words of praise. Soon the weighty question, what his name should be, and the children long debated, ere they could agree. "Call him Beauty, that's too common. Merrylegs, too long. Gypsy, Bijou, Firefly, Diamond, names in plenty throng." But not suited yet, the children one and all discard. If the pony were less precious, choice would be less hard. But at last they named him Rollo, saying, "For you know, one of his best tricks is rolling, and he loves it so." And ere long the clever pony to the children came, from the stall or from the pasture, when they called his name. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Pony Rollo Rhymes. The Pony and Teddy by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly. May 27, Churchill Falls. The Pony and Teddy. Pony Rollo was a beauty, as you've heard before, but his beautiful behavior made him loved the more. When upon his back he carried children large or small, with what care went Pony Rollo, lest the child should fall. Patient, docile Pony Rollo did so well his part, that the children very quickly gained the rider's art. But one day not even Rollo could a fall prevent, and the reckless little Teddy from the saddle went. There he lay beneath the pony, all in quaking dread. Oh, those heavy hoofs would surely on him quickly tread. But the knowing little pony, wise as he is good, lifting not a hoof nor moving, like a statue stood. Waiting, waiting, Pony Rollo still as marble kept, till the frightened grateful Teddy from beneath had crept. Then was Rollo more than ever feasted and caressed, and pronounced of all good ponies wisest, dearest, best. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Pony Rollo Rhymes. The Pony as Cowboy by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly. May 27, 2016, Churchill Falls. The Pony as Cowboy. Oh, the flurry and the bustle, weeks of seashore joys, were in store for all the children. Ready, girls and boys. But the children lingered at the stable door. Goodbye, Barney, goodbye, Rollo, saying yet once more, "Don't forget us, Rollo, Barney, we'll come back again, and more fun we'll have together, riding, driving then." Then to Barney and to Rollo soon there came a change. With the absence of the children, life seemed new and strange. Barney Gray was sent to pasture with the lambs and sheep, there to run and roll in freedom, kick and prance and leap. Still more lonely than was Rollo, but he too found joy, for the care of him was given to the farmer's boy. In the golden summer weather, happy little Jack drove the cows from pasture daily on the pony's back. Down the road the cattle straggled. If they turned aside, then would Jack with much hallooing toward them quickly ride. There goes Brindle, at her, Rollo. Now for Lady Bess. There, good pony, we can keep them in the road, I guess. And the pony, clever fellow, learned so well the knack, that to drive the cows he scarcely needed help from Jack. Let a cow but turn a little from the road to stray, in an instant Rollo joined her, and, as if in play, he would push the truant gently with his velvet nose, till she yielded to his guiding and the right way chose. When the children from the seashore back to Rollo came, as a cowboy had their pony won some extra fame. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Pony Rollo Rhymes. The Check-Rein Story by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly. May 27, 2016. Churchill Falls. The Check-Rein Story. Pony Rollo clattered gaily through the farmyard gate. Oh, such news for Dobbin! Scarcely could he wait. When at last the barn was fastened and they were alone, Pony Rollo told his story in most joyful tone. Oh, this morning as I trotted, I could plainly hear what they said, my little lady and her mother dear. They were talking of the check-rein, and at last they said, Pony Rollo need not wear it. Then I tossed my head, and I shook my mane and whinnied. Why, he understands, said my little lady, laughing. Then with her own hands off she took the check-rein, Dobbin, chatting fast the while. There, you darling Pony Rollo, we won't care for style. You shan't wear the horrid check-rein, little pony mine, and we'll both be just as happy, if we're not so fine. That I held my head up proudly, as I tried to show all my joy in this new freedom, you will surely know. And I heard them, yes, I heard them, say the time was near, when all check-reins should be banished, and now you shall hear. Then they said, old Dobbin's check-rein no more would they use. There, said joyful Pony Rollo, isn't that good news? Boy or girl with horse or pony, which you love full well, has he any check-rein story, glad as this to tell? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Pony Rollo Rhymes. Pony Rollo and Little Dog Midget by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly. May 27, 2016. Churchill Falls. Pony Rollo and Little Dog Midget. Midget, little Midget, was the household pet, and his pretty cunning ways ne'er can we forget. Trotting legs the nimblest, liveliest of tails, such a bark for yelps of joy, or for saddest wails. Fluffy little Midget, when he quiet lay, seemed a bunch of shaded floss, silky, soft, and gray. But a whispered midget, or the merest sound, and the mop of silken hair, life and voice soon found. Midget, little Midget, was so bright and quick, that he learned without delay many a cunning trick. Standing up and begging, fetching back a ball, playing dead but roused to life at his master's call. Holding tempting morsels on his pert black nose, from the farmer's field of corn, driving off the crows. Bringing father's slippers, jumping high in the air, mother's basket carrying with a pompous air. These and all his other tricks of doggish skill, Midget would at any time do with eager will. But his pet performance and his greatest pride was to mount the pony's back, there to sit and ride. Proudly on the pony he would sit in state, while good Rollo walked about with a step sedate. At the signal "Bravo!" thank the pony now, down the little dog would jump with a sharp "Bow wow!" Pretty little doggies, just of Midget's kind, lively, clever, full of tricks, you will often find. Which of them is Midget? You can surely tell by this horseback riding trick that he does so well. The end of Pony Rollo Rhymes. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Kindly Deer by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Jill Engel. Trottity-trot, oh the ponies prance, and gaily their little hoofs sound, for they caper and frisk as they trot along, away to the tethering ground. Stampity-stamp, yes, they must be tied, or else they will scamper away, for it's, "Oh, for a gallop and good free run," these frolicsome ponies would say. Trampity-tramp, now the master comes, sweet hay he is bringing to each, but there's one hungry pony whose share all goes far out of the poor fellow's reach. Pull-a-liddy-pull, how the pony pulls! He stretches and tugs might and main, but the hay every wisp so far away lies that all pony's tugging is vain. Leapity-leap, on his 4 long legs comes bounding a tall stately deer. Not a wild deer is he, but the master's pet, the pony's friend many a year. Stridety-stride, then the deer stands still and stares with his gentle brown eyes, as the poor hungry pony tries all in vain to reach where the fragrant hay lies. Tossity-toss, with his great big horns, the deer begins working away, and he tosses and lifts till at pony's feet is lying the long-wished-for hay. Munchity-munch, oh, the hay is sweet, and pony is happy once more, and the beautiful deer, for his wise, kind deed, is loved more than ever before. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Farm Voices by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Tom Penn. 1. Here's the drover with his cattle. Clear the way, oh, clear the way. Oh, the noisy, noisy creatures. Listen now to what they say. The cows are lowing. Moo, moo, moo. The sheep are bleating. Baa, baa, baa. The pigs are grunting. Hung, hung, hung. And the donkey with his long, long ears says, "Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw." 2. Here's the farmer with his poultry. Clear the way, oh, clear the way. Oh, the noisy, noisy creatures. Listen now to what they say. The geese are hissing. Uss, uss, uss. The hens are calling. Cluck, cluck, cluck. The chickens answer, peep, peep, peep. And the rooster with his gay red comb says, cock-a-doodle-doo. 3. Everywhere the birds are flying, blithe and gay, oh, blithe and gay. Merrily their notes are ringing. Listen now to what they say. The robins warble, chirrup, chirrup, chirrup. The sparrows twitter, tweet, tweet, tweet. The pigeons murmur, coo, coo, coo. And the bobolink, so full of joy, sings, bobolink, bobolink, bobolink. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
By Favor of the Queen by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Betty B. By Favor of the Queen. Around the walls and towers of Windsor old and gray, the castle where the noble Queen of England loved to stay, the birds flit gaily through the air in happy freedom everywhere. Their nests they build as freely, without a thought of fear, in bush or tree or castle wall, all innocently near to palace pomp and royalty, for birds know naught of high degree. The sheltered nooks and crannies, left in the tower wall, where loosened stones had fallen out, the birds love best of all, and joyful in each vacant space their little straw-built nests would place. Once, when the queen was absent, the royal gardener saw the holes that marred the tower wall, the hanging bits of straw, and ordered all made right in haste, the nest destroyed, the stones replaced. Then stood the lofty tower in orderly array, its crannies snug, its cozy nooks had vanished quite away, and homeless roved the twittering throng, once nesting there with happy song. But when the royal lady to Windsor came again, and viewed with fond affection all this fair and dear domain, the tower's silent, smooth expanse won from her eyes a troubled glance. No birds about the tower, their nesting places filled? No more those crannies in the wall where birds had loved to build? Such were the questions quick to start and stir that tender, queenly heart. Straightway, in loving pity for all the little birds thus routed, homeless, and forlorn, came her commanding words. The stones must be removed, and then nor birds nor nests disturbed again. So, on the great round tower of Windsor old and gray, the palace where the noble Queen of England loved to stay, those nooks and crannies still are seen, bird homes by favor of the Queen. Ah, 'tis by more than birthright this good Queen won renown, her deeds of love and mercy shone far brighter than her crown. The whole world mourns that good life's end, and even the birds have lost a friend. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Pigeons by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Jill Ingle. These are the eggs so smooth and round that held the wonderful secret. This is the nest where the eggs were found, the pretty white eggs so smooth and round that held the wonderful secret. This is the pigeon with soft gray breast, who patiently sat on the loose straw nest, the nest where the pretty white eggs were found, her own little eggs so smooth and round that held the wonderful secret. This is the pigeon house safe and high, where never a prowling cat could pry, where lived the pigeon with soft gray breast, who patiently sat on the loose straw nest, the nest where the pretty white eggs were found, her own little eggs so smooth and round that held the wonderful secret. This is the barn which the farmer had filled with hay and grain from the fields he had tilled, the barn near which stood the pigeon house high, where never a prowling cat could pry, where lived the pigeon with soft gray breast, who patiently sat on the loose straw nest, the nest where the pretty white eggs were found, her own little eggs so smooth and round that held the wonderful secret. This is the bin full of corn so good, the little gray pigeon's favorite food, that was in the barn which the farmer had filled with hay and grain from the fields he had tilled, the barn near which stood the pigeon house high, where never a prowling cat could pry, where lived the pigeon with soft gray breast, who patiently sat on the loose straw nest, the nest where the pretty white eggs were found, her own little eggs so smooth and round that held the wonderful secret. This is the child, so thoughtful and kind, who went to the bin the corn to find, the bin full of corn so yellow and good, the little gray pigeon's favorite food, that was in the barn which the farmer had filled with hay and grain from the fields he had tilled, the barn near which was the pigeon house high, where never a prowling cat could pry, where lived the pigeon with soft gray breast, who patiently sat on the loose straw nest, the nest where the pretty white eggs were found, her own little eggs so smooth and round that held the wonderful secret. And when the child threw the corn about, the little gray pigeon came fluttering out from the door of the pigeon house safe and high, and the child heard a faint little cooing cry, a sweet little, wee little murmuring sound. For instead of the eggs so smooth and round, perhaps the wonderful secret you guessed, 2 baby pigeons were in the nest. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Child and the Pigeons by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Betty B. The Child and the Pigeons. You dear cooing pigeons, how gladly you fly, o'er hilltop and meadow and forest trees high, far, far away roaming, and that too would I. But ever, dear pigeons, when night shades the sky, and home you are coming, as gladly you fly, to meet with your loved ones, and that too would I. Then, cooing together, so fondly you try to tell in what pleasures the day has passed by, your every joy sharing, and that too would I. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Who Gives Us Our Thanksgiving Dinner? By Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Betty B. Who gives us our Thanksgiving dinner? On Thanksgiving Day, little Dorothy said, with many a nod of her wise curly head, the cook is as busy can be, and very good too, for 'tis easy to see she gives us our Thanksgiving dinner. Oh no, little Dorothy, answered the cook, just think of the trouble your dear mother took in planning the dinner and getting for me the things that I cook, so 'tis mother, you see, who gives us our Thanksgiving dinner. Of course it is mother, I ought to have known, said Dorothy then in a satisfied tone, but mother said smiling, you are not right yet, 'tis father who gives me the money to get the things for our Thanksgiving dinner. But father said, I earn the money, 'tis true, but money alone not a great deal can do. The butcher, the grocer, whose things we must buy, should not be forgotten, for they more than I will give us our Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, isn't it funny, said Dorothy then, and now I suppose if I asked these 2 men, the grocer, the butcher, about it, they'd say, it surely is somebody else and not they who gives us our Thanksgiving dinner. And soon little Dorothy heard with delight that her guess about grocer and butcher was right. The grocer said he only kept in his store what miller and farmer had brought in before, to help for the Thanksgiving dinner. The jolly old butcher laughed long and laughed loud. My Thanksgiving turkeys do make me feel proud, and one's for your dinner, but then you must know the turkeys are raised by the farmer, and so he gives you your Thanksgiving dinner. Oh yes, 'tis the farmer, at last I've found out, said Dorothy then with a glad little shout. The miller must go to the farmer for wheat, the butcher from him gets the turkeys we eat. Yes, he gives our Thanksgiving dinner. But yet all the others had something to do, the miller and butcher and grocer helped too, and then there was father and mother and cook. I never before knew how many it took to give us our Thanksgiving dinner. So said little Dorothy, full of surprise, and feeling that now she had grown very wise. But what do you think? Had she found it all out? Or was there still more she might learn about? Who gives us our Thanksgiving dinner? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Clothes by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Tom Penn. We people wear so many things, almost the whole creation it takes our clothing to supply, for use or decoration. The fishes dress in shining scales, of every gorgeous color. The birds wear pretty feather suits, some gayer and some duller. The cat, the dog, the cow, the horse, the squirrel, and the rabbit wear coats of fur from small to great. All have the selfsame habit. But people wear so many things, almost the whole creation it takes our clothing to supply, for use or decoration. A flannel jacket from the sheep, who spared the wool with pleasure, and from the silkworm ribbons gay and every silken treasure. A dress from off the cotton plant, spun, woven, colored, printed. A breastpin made of fishes' scales, all delicately tinted. Of tortoise shell my lady's comb, and many another notion. Her jewels from the mines are brought, her pearls from depths of ocean. The golden straws from humble field are plaited for a bonnet. The feather-coated ostrich gives the plumes we place upon it. From tropic trees the milky sap men constantly are getting, and making into rubber shoes, to save our feet a wetting. While boots and shoes of every sort of thick or thinnest leather are made from skins of animals, tanned, cut, and sewed together. Yes, surely, as I said before, almost the whole creation it takes our clothing to supply, for use or decoration. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Ballad of the Bumptious Boy by Emilie Poulsson, read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly. May 30th, 2016, Churchill Falls. The Ballad of the Bumptious Boy. Those crackers are lighted. Be careful. They're going off. Don't stand so near. But the Bumptious Boy heeded no warning, and this is what happened. Oh dear. The ice is thin, said the policeman. I advise you, my lad, not to go. But the Bumptious Boy thought he knew better, and skated off proudly. And so, our donkey will not let you ride him. He's sure to give you a spill. But the Bumptious Boy only pooh-poohed them, and would not believe them until... Look out there, that branch will not hold you. Don't try any higher to climb. But the Bumptious Boy laughed and climbed higher. That laugh was his last for some time. Then during a long convalescence, the Bumptious Boy thoughtfully thought of the painful misfortunes and troubles that he on himself oft had brought. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
At the Pond by Emilie Poulsson, read for LibriVox.org by Gaby. At the Pond. A pretty pond there is, all fringed with trees and flowers gay, where many happy creatures live, and many come to play. The fishes frolic merrily within its waters cool, and funny little pollywogs live in the shining pool. Along the grassy bank the snails and turtles slowly creep, the frogs go splashing in and out with many a sudden leap. The insects and the merry birds its shining surface skim, and thirsty cows and horses drink along its rippling brim. The water lilies' fragrant cups upon the wavelets lie, and near them float the stately swans with proud necks curving high. And see, here comes the mother duck with all her yellow brood, and here are all the goslings too behind their mother good. They hurry, scurry down the bank, and in the water go. They dive and splash, and with delight go swimming to and fro. And when the children call to them and throw them bits of bread, geese, ducks, and swans all fearless come and crowd near to be fed. Oh yes, the pond's a merry place, so busy and so gay, where many happy creatures live and many come to play. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Donkey Ears by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Andrew Doherty. Whenever a drive with the donkey I take, I see the big V his slanting ears make, and words that begin with a V come to mind, describing his conduct, no matter what kind. If Barney is sulky and stubborn and slow, goes poking along or refuses to go, or if he is frisky and capers and kicks, or upsets the cart or does other bad tricks, I say 'tis no wonder he wears a big V, so vexing and vicious a villain is he. But when the dear fellow, so pretty and strong, in meek or gay humour trots nimbly along, the V seems to stand for the virtues he shows, the vim and velocity with which he goes. Our veteran donkey, more valued each year, the vigorous, valiant, vivacious old dear. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Noisy Rhyme by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Kelly. May 30th, 2016, Churchill Falls. The Noisy Rhyme. Oh, the cock was first, and he loudly crew, and his wings he flapped, cock-a-doodle-doo. Then the big dog barked with a bow-wow-wow, and moo-moo bellowed out the cow. The pigs were as noisy as they could be, with their oomph, 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 and their wee-wee-wee, while the lambkins bleated ma, ma, and the sheep replied with a baa. Then the white geese all, with their necks stretched long, and their shh, joined the noisy throng, and the sleek old ducks, dressed in green and black, added more noise still as they called quack, quack. Cut, cut, da, cut, cut, da, cut, cut, da, cried all the hens as they looked at their eggs with pride. But cluck, 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 called the old black hen, till she heard peep, peep from her chicks again. What a noise it was! From the cock that crew, from the dog, the cow, and the piggies too, from the lambs and sheep, from the geese and ducks, from the chicks and hens with their peeps and clucks. But the baby heard all the sounds with glee. The more loud the noise, why, more pleased was he. And he clapped and shouted and laughed aloud as he heard the noise of the farmyard crowd. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Old Barney's Latest Prank by Emilie Poulsson. Read for LibriVox.org by Gabi. Old Barney's Latest Prank. One sunny winter morning, the air was crisp and still, and snow lay drifted deep on every road and hill. In cozy stable comfort stood Barney, groomed and fed, but wistful thoughts of out-of-doors were in his long-eared head. To be a beast of leisure is elegant, no doubt, thought Barney, but it's very dull. Just then he heard a shout, a battering and banging, then doors were opened wide, and madcap Helen and her chum rushed noisily inside. "Where's Barney? Where's the harness? And where's the Barney sleigh? See, Minna, here's our donkey dear, we'll have some fun today." The donkey soon was harnessed, and loud their laughter rang, as up into the outgrown sleigh the jolly comrades sprang. The sleigh bells jingled gaily, and many a compliment did Barney get as over the snow at steady pace he went. "How very good and docile," said Minna, "Barney is. I never thought he'd settle down to be as staid as this." "He does seem tame," said Helen. "It's very strange to think that he's too old for playing jokes." Here Barney gave a wink. "But what a day for coasting! And isn't this a climb? Just think how we'll spin down the hill, we'll have the gayest time." Up the hill toiled Barney, the long, steep, slippery road. The sleigh with those substantial girls was not an easy load. At last, with tugs and straining, he reached the very top, and Barney, to his great delight, was here allowed to stop. Here, too, he was unharnessed, as if to have a rest. What work the girls had planned for him, old Barney never guessed. "He'll follow," said the mistress, "he loves to follow so. He'll chase right on behind the sleigh, as coasting down we go. Then when we're at the bottom," no more did Barney hear. They'd let him follow as he liked, enough that this was clear. A push, the sleigh went speeding adown the coasting place. "Come, Barney, good old fellow, come! Come on, you like to chase." Then nothing loth, old Barney behind the coasters ran, thought he, for girls and donkey too, this is a jolly plan. They knew I liked the scamper, they're kind, I do declare. Some children would have coasted down and left me tied up there. Full soon they reached the bottom, the girls and Barney too, and Barney learned to his dismay what now he had to do. For speedily they hitched him into the sleigh, and then, "Aha, old Barney!" shouted they, "now drag us up again." In meekness puzzled Barney submitted to their will. Perhaps this time the girls would drive right on beyond the hill. With pulling, tugging, straining, once more he reached the top, but scarcely long enough to breathe was he allowed to stop. The girls with nimble fingers unhitched him from the sleigh. "Come, Barney, follow us again," he heard his mistress say. Well, following was pleasant, so when they made a start, he scampered after, gay and free, with mischief in his heart. Yet when they reached the bottom, so stead he looked and meek, that naught seemed farther from his mind than joke or prank or freak. "Oh, this is fun," said Helen. "I'll always coast this way. I hate to trudge back up the hill and drag the sled or sleigh." Yes, that's the worst of coasting, that tedious uphill climb. But Barney saves us all the tug, let's coast a long, long time. They meant to harness Barney and start at once uphill, but Barney thought the time had come his own plan to fulfill. So just before his mistress the flying rein could seize, old Barney gave a sudden leap, escaping her with ease. "Whoa, Barney!" shouted Helen, when off he clashed. "Whoa, whoa!" And both the girls chased after him as fast as they could go. But Barney sped the faster, with feet as swift and light as if he had grown young again. Soon he was out of sight. And as he scampered homeward, he thought with gleeful mind of how he'd turned the joke on them, the girls he'd left behind. The end. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. End of The Runaway Donkey and Other Rhymes for Children by Emilie Poulsson.